Hi everyone, I'm Jasper. It's me again. Today we're gonna make a lemon cake. Now first you'll need some melted butter, 100 grams of flour, some milk, sugar, a little bit of honey, some eggs, four eggs, and a lemon. We'll use the juice and the zest from the lemon to make our cake more aromatic and also have a touch of acidity. Now first, we're gonna zest the lemon skin. We're gonna use the zest from the lemon skin. So you do this quickly until you see the white bits. Do not scrape through the white bits because they'll make your cake have the lemon bitterness. If you remember that from when you tasted lemon for the first time. We want that fruity flavor and the acidity of the lemon. So this is why we're gonna use the juice and, as most of the chefs say, the skin. Do have patience because just to go for the lemon, it takes a while. And I don't have those knives for zesting fruits, so we're just gonna use this. First, we'll pass the flour through a sieve and add it into the butter. Now after we pass the flour through the sieve, and then we're gonna mix it up with the butter. And as you can see right now, it's starting to form batter. And you never want to leave it for too long. If you leave it for too long, it's gonna dry out, and we don't want those little clumps right there. Now we add the milk into the batter, and then we mix it up. Now we'll separate the egg white and the egg yolk. For the egg yolks, we'll put it into the batter, and for the egg whites, we'll beat them up later. Now the next step involves a standing mixer. If you don't have that, then you can just use another whisk. It doesn't really matter, but if you do use a standing mixer, don't put it on the highest. Use it at low speed, or as I like to call it, human spinning speed. Now that we have separated the egg white and the egg yolks, it's time to mix up the egg. It's time to break it down with a spatula and mix them up very gently, very slowly. We're gonna mix them up with the batter. And I want to lightly stir it. So I don't want to lightly stir it. See how beautiful that color is? And we're gonna use a standing mixer to mix up the egg whites later. For now, we're just gonna set them aside. Now it's time to use a standing mixer to mix up the egg whites. Prepare, it's gonna be loud. When the egg whites are slightly bubbling up, it's time to add the sugar. We add 1/3 of it, and then we're gonna we're gonna whip it up. And then we're gonna add the sugar, 1/3 of the sugar later. Now that it's starting to thicken up, we're at 1/3 of the sugar again. And then we whip them again. Now that it looks almost like foam and almost looks like a cloud, we add the rest of the sugar, also 1/3, and we whip it up for the last time. And then it's gonna become almost like clouds. Now, since we want a little more flavor, we're gonna add a little bit of honey inside, about 1 tablespoon. I mean 2 tablespoons, but 3 tablespoons, since we want a lot more flavor than just regular white sugar. Now that our egg whites looks like this, which is almost solid, that means it's ready to go. Now, people like to actually flip over the bowl just to test if it's ready. I do not. I do not want a big mess to clean up. I like to see if it sticks to the mixer, and if it sticks and it looks kind of like a cloud and you can see those little ripples from mixing, that means that it's done. Do not flip your bowl over. Now this is what I mean by ripples from mixing. Now this is the essence of the cake, the lemon. We squirt a little bit of juice in it. Now it's time for the moment of truth. Time to mix up those egg whites with the egg yolks and the batter. Now I actually prepared and made the cake once prior to making this video, and actually had a fair few mistakes that I wasn't willing to, that a normal baking amateur would make. Now first I remember that I mixed the batter so quickly that air bubbles formed when the batter was poured into the mold, and so I had to fix that by actually patting the bottom just to get rid of all the bubbles. And so this was a bad experience that I had. Do not try that. Do not actually really mix so fast. It does speed up your process, but not by much. In the end, you have to fix it, or else your cake won't be airy and fluffy as the ones you eat from the bakery. Now it's time to add our lemon zest into the batter. Look how nice it looks. It looks so nice. It kind of tells me that I'm doing some professional stuff, since normal people don't actually add lemon zest into the lemon cake. They just squeeze as hard as they can to get all the juice out. But the skin actually gives a really nice aroma to the cake. And now for the final step, we're ready to pour the batter into the mold. But before you do that, do remember to grease it with butter, or else you won't even be able to get the cake out clean. We need to add some water to the baking tray. And then we're gonna preheat the oven. Wow, look at these. They've just come out of the oven, and you need to let it cool down a bit before you dig in. so good that I can even eat this for dinner. Let me finish this.